Are you looking to take a vacation soon? Don't you wish there was a place where you could experience American history, incredible nature, and enjoy the uniqueness that the country offers? Well, there's one great city that has it all: Salt Lake City, Utah. Here you'll be able to enjoy beautiful nature, explore a unique culture, visit museums, and have one of the most fun vacations ever. Let's look at the best things to do in Salt Lake City, Utah. Number 1. Visit Utah Olympic Park. The first thing you should do when you get to Salt Lake City is visit the Utah Olympic Park. This was the site of the 2002 Winter Olympic Games and is a popular site for tourists and locals alike. It's open all year round and is a great place for sports like skiing, snowboarding, bobsledding, and ziplining. Utah is famous for its activities and as a great place for sports and fitness. Make sure you visit the Utah Olympic Park. If you don't have experience with any winter sports, you can take lessons here. Before we tell you more about the best things to do in Salt Lake City, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to Viewcation for more. Number 2. Red Butte Garden. This is a popular botanical garden that's great for nature lovers to visit. And it's a great place for fitness enthusiasts. It's got miles of trails for walking and hiking. It's a great place not just for exercising, but also for enjoying the beauty that Salt Lake City offers. You can also enjoy many nature activities like bird watching, horticulture classes, and art exhibits. You can also enjoy concerts at the gardens. This is one of the best spots to visit in Salt Lake City, and you should visit it many times during your trip. If you're traveling with others, this is a great place to take a break and plan the next portion of your trip. Number 3. Bonneville Salt Flats. This is a beautiful landscape you have to visit when you get to Salt Lake City. It might be barren, but that doesn't stop it from being beautiful. It's one of the few salt pans on Earth and is one of Utah's unique places to visit. Make sure you stop by and visit. You'll want to bring your camera as this is one of the most picturesque sights you'll see in all of the U.S. Number 4. Check out the Timpanogos Cave. This is another great venture for fitness enthusiasts and nature lovers. Timpanogos Cave is located inside the American Fork Canyon. It's a colorful cave with a 1.5-mile trail to walk along. You can take a guided tour where you'll learn about the formation of the cave as well as the various stalagmites and stalactites throughout the cave. This is another reason why Salt Lake City is one of the best cities to visit in the U.S. It's a beautiful formation where you can enjoy incredible nature and learn about Utah's unique geology. It's a place frequented by both tourists and locals. Number 5. Check out the art. Salt Lake City is a great place for art lovers. There are several art galleries you can visit throughout the city. We recommend you visit them on the third Friday of each month. During this time, art galleries are open later than usual and are often free to visit. It's a great way to visit several art galleries in one night without having to break the bank. You'll also enjoy live music, food, and drinks. It's a great way to also meet fellow tourists and locals. Number 6. Family History Museum. If you're a fan of genealogy and are curious about your family history and American history, you've got to visit the Family History Museum. It's a research facility that's free for the public to visit. It has the largest genealogical data collection in the world and might be the right place to help you learn about your family's history. You'll find archival material like books, news articles, microfilms, photographs, and much more. Even if you've never taken an interest in genealogy, you should still consider visiting the Family History Museum. It's easily one of the most fascinating sites to visit in Salt Lake City. Number 7. Natural History Museum of Utah. Another great museum in Salt Lake City is the Natural History Museum. It's a museum that combines exhibits of history and culture and science. You'll learn about the fascinating history of Utah and what made this one of America's most dynamic states. It's got several permanent exhibits as well as occasional temporary ones. Many of the exhibits are interactive, which makes the museum a perfect excursion if you're traveling with young children. You'll also learn about Utah's unique geography and geology, and you can learn about the history of Native American tribes who lived in the state. Make sure you visit this museum when you head to Salt Lake City. Number 8. Utah State Capitol. Visiting a government building isn't what you usually have in mind when you visit a new city, but the Utah State Capitol in Salt Lake City is a must-visit. If you're a fan of beautiful architecture, you have to come and see the magnificence of the state capitol. You can visit and see exhibits about Utah's history and what makes the state unique. You'll also see where meetings and other events are held. Number 9. The Utah Museum of Fine Arts. Another great museum is the Utah Museum of Fine Arts. It has over 20 galleries of some of the finest American art you'll find. You'll also enjoy a variety of both static and interactive exhibits. There are also displays of Asian and European art. You'll see art from different schools and time periods, both from the classic and the modern. The museum is part of the University of Utah, which also has a beautiful campus. In fact, if you're a student traveling to Salt Lake City, you might just want to consider pursuing higher education at the University of Utah. Number 10. Liberty Park. Let's return to exploring nature and getting some exercise. Liberty Park is one of Salt Lake City's most famous parks and is a great place to walk, jog, or run. It's also great for resting or enjoying a picnic. The park is on the National Registry of Historic Places and has over 80 acres of land. Apart from enjoying the greenery, you can also play sports or go swimming. You can also visit the Tracy Aviary to see 100 species of birds or more, including several that are endangered. Within Liberty Park, there's also the Chase Home of Museum of Utah Folk Art, which is free to visit. Number 11. This is the Place Monument. Utah is, of course, known as the home of the Mormon faith. Salt Lake City has a monument known as the This is the Place Monument. It was named after the exclamation that Brigham Young made when he visited this area. This is what led to Salt Lake City in Utah becoming the headquarters of the Latter-day Saints Church. If you're interested in learning about Mormonism and its relationship to Utah, this is a great starting point. It's one of Salt Lake City's most popular tourist sites. As such, if you want it to yourself or want to take pictures away from crowds, try to get there early on. Number 12. Visit the Pioneer Memorial Museum. Once you've seen the This is the Place monument, you've then got to visit the Pioneer Memorial Museum. This is where you can learn more about Mormonism and the Latter-day Saints Church. You'll learn how the Mormon people made their home in Salt Lake City and in Utah in general. There are several exhibits with photos, artifacts, and other ephemera. You'll also see the traditional clothing that the early Mormon settlers wore. It's a great museum to visit, and if you're really fascinated with the history of Salt Lake City, you have to visit it. Mormonism is deeply embedded in Utah's history and culture, and you'll learn more about it at the Pioneer Memorial Museum. Number 13. Take a trolley tour. Why not end your trip with one of the most touristy things to do? The trolley tours are a great way to look around Salt Lake City and decide where to visit next. You'll learn about the city's history, and you'll get to interact with other tourists. You'll traverse around Salt Lake City's downtown area and see many famous monuments and sites. You'll learn about these sites and what makes the city fascinating. As you ride along in the trolley, you'll be glad you visited Salt Lake City. It's one of America's most fascinating cities, and it's often overlooked by larger cities. While you're on your trolley tour, you'll no doubt be planning a return trip. Now it's time to hear from you. Are you ready to book your trip to Salt Lake City? What are you looking forward to the most? Let us know in the comment section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Viewcation if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.